This is unbelievable but happens in my life. What is that? I will tell you one by one. Stay with me. When I boarded that plane to Africa, I was only looking for adventure, not love. At 57, after raising 2 children and surviving a lonely divorce, I craved something new, something far from the ordinary routines of my life back home. I had booked a cultural tour across Africa, rich in history, nature, and healing energy. What I didn't expect was him. His name was Malik, a 30-year-old tour guide with sun-kissed skin, a deep voice that flowed like the Nile, and a smile that made my heart flutter like a teenager again. From the moment I met him at the airport with that charming, respectful bow and confident gaze, I felt an unfamiliar warmth rise in me. We spent the first few days exploring ancient villages, breathtaking landscapes, and vibrant marketplaces. Malik was intelligent, funny, and so attentive. He made sure I was comfortable, always helping me climb steep paths or translating local dialects with ease. He looked at me, not through me, and that was something I hadn't felt in years. One evening, after a sunset boat ride on the river, he offered to walk me back to the hotel. The sky was painted in hues of orange and gold. As we walked slowly under the soft light of the setting sun, he said something that caught me off guard. "You are unlike any woman I've ever met. Your spirit, it shines. You don't even know how beautiful you are." I laughed nervously. "I'm old enough to be your mother." He shook his head with a soft smile. "You are a woman. And I am a man. The heart does not care about numbers." His words sank into my skin like a warm breeze. Later that night, unable to sleep, I stood on my hotel balcony, watching the moonlight dance over the palm trees. A knock came at my door. It was Malik, standing there in a simple white shirt, barefoot, and holding a single flower. "I couldn't sleep," he whispered. "And I was hoping you couldn't either." I hesitated only for a moment. Then I stepped aside, and he walked in. The room was quiet, but something electric buzzed between us. He stood close, gently brushing a strand of hair from my face. "Tell me to leave," he whispered. I couldn't. I didn't want to. What happened next was not rushed or wild, it was soft, slow, filled with emotion and unspoken longing. His hands explored me with care, as if I were a delicate treasure. He didn't make me feel old. He made me feel alive. Every kiss was poetry. Every touch, a promise. We made love like two souls meeting in a different time, unbothered by the outside world. That night, I rediscovered my body, my desire, and my worth. In his arms, I wasn't a 57-year-old tourist. I was a woman adored. When morning light poured into the room, he was still there, his arm draped protectively across me. We didn't speak much, just smiles, deep eye contact, and the kind of silence that feels like music. The rest of the tour, we kept our connection quiet, though our eyes often betrayed us. On our last night, he walked me to my room again. "You changed something in me," he said, holding my hands. "I'll never forget this journey." Neither will I. Even now, back home, every time I see the colors of a sunset or hear the soft beat of African drums, I remember that week. I remember Malik. I remember the fire, the softness, and the beauty of a love that bloomed far from home, in a land as wild and open as my heart had suddenly become. Sometimes, love doesn't knock politely on your door. It finds you thousands of miles away, in the eyes of a man half your age, who reminds you that you are still worthy of being desired and young. And I will never, ever forget that. Dear all, how do you get my true love story? Please comment your feelings. Thank you.